It's hi, this is Peter Keys and
Emiko
for Keyboard Magazine. We're here at the 2016 Winter NAMM show in sunny Anaheim.
Anaheim, baby. Yes.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know Peter, no, everybody knows Peter Keys. It doesn't matter. I don't have to introduce you because you're famous.
I'm that guy. Hey.
He's that guy. You're keyboard ninja.
I am the keyboard ninja. Very good. Yes.
I know my stuff.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a number of different things.
Certainly.
Okay. So the first thing that we have to talk about is how many keyboards do you use?
All of them.
Well, I mean, that's like all of the 5,000 hall, the B hall. So how many is that?
It depends on the gig. With Leonard Skinner, I use 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I use 4 different keyboards. Yeah.
And which ones are they?
I've got a piano.
Okay.
I've got a synthesizer on top of the piano. Then I've got a Hammond B3 with dual manuals and a Wurlitzer on top of that. So
and
that's
you've
4.
got a real B3.
I've actually got the XK3 system.
Oh, you do?
System,
okay.
yeah. I have 2 real B3s at home, but they're just a little bit heavy for the road, and I don't want them damaged, so I keep them at home.
But also, I'm sure you want your roadies to like you at the end of the tour.
And my roadies, I need to keep my roadies. Yes.
Yeah, and those are like pieces of furniture. So.
The roadies?
No, the roadies are wonderful people. It's the B3, the console B3s.
Yes, the console B3s are definitely living room friendly.
Good for picture frames and also rocking out.
And they're awesome.
Yes,
I love
they
them.
are.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about an average day for Peter Keys in the studio.
An average day for Peter Keys in the studio starts with loads of coffee.
Okay.
Then I go downstairs into my massive collection of keyboards and I start turning things on and I just start playing different boards to kind of find a sound.
Yeah.
Then I'll find a sound and get into programming and get into writing.
Get into writing.
And then the next thing I know, it's Thursday. I don't know how that happens, but that happens.
Do you have any specific tips that you can share? We found out that we have a lot of young viewers and also aspiring musician viewers. So one of the things that we at Keyboard want to do for our viewers is to get tips on technical things, practice tips, but also how to juice up your creativity. So can you talk to us a little bit about
I can.
Get your juices flowing?
Absolutely. For me, what has been really helpful is to just every day go and write a song. I do this thing called Song of the Day, where I'll write a song every day and post it on Facebook. And what I do is I give myself about a half hour to come up with a riff and then a lyrical idea, and then I put that down. And I'm at like song 247 right now.
Nice.
And the coolest thing about it is that in the process of doing that, I actually stumble upon some really cool songs that I go into full production with, and I've actually cut on different artists, and it makes doing my next record really easy because I've got over 200 songs to choose from.
Right.
So it's
sure.
You know, it's a good exercise to just kind of get creative all the time.
Right. So tell us about, for you, do you have a practice schedule aside from writing? Do you actually implement practice techniques and specific things that you do for your chops?
I play every day. I mean, I wouldn't call it a regimen, but it's what I do every day. I go down into the studio, I sit at my piano, I start playing all the different keyboards. Before we go on tour, I generally start about 2 weeks before we go out running over the set every day at least once. For something like coming to the NAMM show, I'm playing with 2 different bands doing completely different music, so I had to kind of practice that stuff before I came.
Right.
But yeah.
So Peter, can you tell us, you have a very versatile background in terms of who you've played with. My head actually spun around when I did a lot of deep research on all the different genre artists that you've performed with. And I'd like you to talk a little bit about how a new artist or a young up-and-coming artist can learn to internalize different genres of music so they're becoming a well-rounded player?
I think mostly it's about listening. It's about really listening to the players that you're playing with, really listening to the material that you're playing. For me, listening to music is kind of work. I take apart production-wise what was going on, what the progression is, what the different modes and all of that stuff. So when I'm listening to a piece of music, I'm not like dancing. I'm going, how did they do that? so that when I get back, I'm like, okay, that's that riff, or that's that sound, you know? So I think the key to being versatile is to always be open in your listening of the music that you're playing and the people that you're playing with. For the young artists getting into this, if you want to be versatile, just listen to as many different styles of music as you can, and always listen to the people that you're playing with. It is more about listening than playing. And in the listening is where you gain the understanding to actually play.
Right. How do you feel about Hammond going forward in the future of music?
I think Hammond will always have a place in music. I mean, it is such an iconic sound, and it also crosses all different genres, everything from gospel to funk to blues to rock. You know, you'd be hard-pressed to find a top one record that doesn't have a B3 on it.
Right.
In any genre.
Yeah, definitely. Now, this is something that I rarely do, but I feel like it's important to get your take on it.
You cannot have the hat.
No, it's not. I love that. I love the hat. No, I wanted to ask, next year I'm going to show up with a huge hat. I wanted to ask you if you have any advice for the parents of young musicians out there and how they can support their sons and daughters, because music is a viable profession,
Absolutely.
Obviously.
Absolutely. I mean, as a parent, I encourage my children to play and to listen and to practice and to do whatever they can to be creative. You know, I encourage them to learn the business. You know, the music business is something that's glossed over, and that really is the defining factor. It can make or break you as a professional.
Right.
If you don't know the business, you know, you're a hobbyist.
Right.
So, you know,
very true.
You know, allow the children or kids to experiment with different instruments, different styles of music, but instill in them the importance of the fact that it is actually a business.
Absolutely. Peter Keys, thank you for joining us today on Keyboard Magazine.
Thank you, Emiko, and thank you, Keyboard Magazine. That's what's up.
Stay tuned for more episodes coming soon. But just a quick, something impressive and awesome, yeah?